Greetings, mortals. It's Michael Morrison of Seance of Sorrow. Today, I will be giving my reaction to Rob Zombie's new music video, Punks and Demons. Now, I've already heard this song once, but I have not seen the music video yet. So, all I can say right now is that what I heard of the song, I thought was cool. But I'm really interested to see what's going on with this music video. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so right away it's obvious this is a green screen music video. And that is a really heavy way to start the song. Getting straight to the point. It's obviously about Satan. And I believe this new album is going to be called The Great Satan. Now, I'm saying that it's obvious that this song's about Satan because he's repeating that at the beginning, but I could be totally wrong. Satan could always be a metaphor for something else. But yeah, right away, this is obviously heavy, sounds like older Rob Zombie. Let's keep going. Okay, while I think this is cool, I have grown so accustomed to hearing Rob Zombie with John 5 that this is almost like such an abrasive shock to the system, because it's very straightforward as far as the guitar playing is concerned. Not that that's bad, it's just different. And I am a huge fan of John 5. I think he's an incredible guitar player, and many people share that opinion. And if you are familiar with the last record that Rob Zombie put out, it has another ridiculously long title that I can't remember it word for word, but it has the word Kool Aid in the title. That's the easiest way to remember that one, for me anyway. But John 5 does so many interesting things on that record, guitar-wise. And now that he has left Rob Zombie, and Rob Zombie has brought back the original guitar player, we're hearing a very stark difference in terms of what's happening with the guitar. This is just very straightforward. Let's keep going. This song reminds me of something that you would just hear in one of Rob Zombie's movies. Like Halloween 2, when Laurie, is going through all of her PTSD, and she is a much darker character in that version versus Halloween 1. And I just imagine this song playing in the background while she's getting ready in the bathroom or while she's driving her car around Haddonfield. I mean, this just feels like it would be in one of his movies. Okay, this is not a dig at the band, but I'm bored. And not so much with the song. Visually, I'm bored. Rob Zombie has nothing to prove anymore. I mean, he's climbed his way all the way to the top. Anybody that's a fan of hard rock or heavy metal knows who he is. He doesn't need to do elaborate music videos. He doesn't need to do anything that is different from what he's already done before. This is his shtick, and it works for him. And that's great. I love that. I love Rob Zombie's brand. I have since White Zombie. But this, I could tell just was, hey, let's set up in front of a green screen. We'll go through the song a few times and call it a day. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just for me and how I like music videos in terms of production, especially, I love when there is a story happening in a video. There's no B-roll happening in this video. All we're seeing is the band performing and a lot of clips flashing in the background, and the band banging their heads and, just plowing through this song. But yeah, I hate to say that I'm bored, but that's just my honest reaction to this. Even the older videos, especially the White Zombie videos, similar things going on. Like the band is just like, fuck it, let's just get together in a room and beat the shit out of this song and show people who we are. But there was also still cool B-roll happening. Halloween references, not the movie, the actual holiday, trick or treat and jack-o'-lanterns and cool stuff like that going on. Cool use of props. There's none of that in this video. I do like how heavy this is. I do like how demented it sounds. Especially that little break that we just got. I wouldn't call it a breakdown. It's kind of like more of a bridge. And Rob Zombie's always done a great job of incorporating really cool sound effects and movie clips into the songs that make it interesting to listen to. And especially this time of year, October, I listen to a lot of White Zombie and a lot of Rob Zombie just to get more in the mood for the season. And so it's appropriate that he's got a new single coming out just before Halloween, and he's still doing his thing. He's still showing people that he's not going anywhere, and I love that. I will say that was cool that they made use of the guitars as props. Uh, the guitar player, the body of his has got Satan's face on it with spider webs around it. That's cool. That shows that they wanted to push uh, the branding of this single, and that was cool. You know, another thing about this band, at this point, Rob has got to be in his mid 50s, and still thrashing about, banging his head. The rest of the band too. And live, Rob is still running around the stage like a madman and putting on a good show. And I've heard people complain that he sounds winded when he's doing vocals live. Guys, it's live. You're not there to listen to a CD. Nobody's listening to CDs anymore. What I mean is, you're not there to listen to the studio recording. You're there to see the band perform live. And this band especially, this is not easy listening. It's a very high energy band. And it would be near impossible for even a young man to get through a set of these types of songs and not be winded towards the end, at least. And I could tell just from watching this video that these guys are older, they're tired, but they're still going all in. It's a lot different going all in at when you're 55 versus when you're 25. But I also think that it's awesome that we still have bands like this with guys that are this age, and they, even though they're getting older, they're not trying to slow down. They're still giving it their all. And so I love that there is still that type of energy with this band. I love that Rob has continued to consistently release music, all while still working on movie projects. He has not let his brand rest. He has continued to push his brand. And I'm actually really excited to hear what this new record is going to sound like. Especially with the original guitar player being back. Blasco is in the band on bass. I'm sure he's contributing song ideas. So I'm curious to hear what the record's going to sound like. Looks like we just got a couple seconds left here. Okay. Yeah, so I like it. As a whole, I like it. There's things about it that I don't care for, but for a new single to promote a new album with the original guitar player, I think it's cool, and I'm excited to hear more. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Go ahead and leave me your feedback in the comments section. I will link to other reaction videos and my band's music videos here at the end of this video. If you're not familiar, head over to our YouTube channel to check those out. And you can subscribe to our channel by clicking that summon bell at the bottom. Until next time, this is Michael Morrison, and I'll be watching you from the black.